this is the introduction. So some of the reference that underlie this research, including number one is human resource management during the COVID period is required to always innovate so that the company can continue to run smoothly. The existence of one of the worker infected with COVID-19 will have an impact on the closure of the company, which will have a very heavy impact on company survival. And then the strategic ability to be able to read the situation and find the right step so that the organization is always conducive to facing the internal environment around is one of the advantages of professional human resource management. So in this COVID pandemic right now will have a major impact on a lot of company. Even many companies have gone bankrupt because they have to stop production when their employee is sick from the COVID-19. So the human resource department must be strict in carrying out company regulation so that none of the company affected by COVID. And then source of dynamic change can come within the company or externally, which will cause more and more demand for creativity and innovation to continue to adapt to the threat that come. And then human resource management strategy in turn can strengthen the positive effect of the company technological capability and exploratory innovation. It means that the human resource management must innovate for its company to run smoothly in this COVID-19 era. If the human resource management only stay and doing nothing, then the company will not survive. Okay? That's why we make this research to help the human resource department for the absence. And then this is the literature review. Suito using the smartphone as a tool to monitor attendance and task list management activity in his company. Use waterfall and the result in the use of the application to reduce complexity and increase employee effectiveness in performing daily operation tasks and ensure employee can always be monitored. So Suito using the smartphone. And then Sherin and Sunaryono using the face recognition to detect, track, identify, verify human faces from images and video. Although there are many advanced in face detection and recognition, there are still many shortcomings related to its accuracy. Okay, and then another literature is Suder did quite advanced research to monitoring employee. He used GPS and GPRS. Employee need to use an ID card that is put in the arm microcontroller. So he make a microcontroller so that it will continue to transmit the GPS position from the ID card to the server. If an employee remain in his workplace for a specific time, then the attendance will automatically be recorded in the system. It's more advanced than the first research. And then Loda he used Bluetooth and using microchip called text to monitor the position of the student. So the advantage of using Bluetooth are the power consumption is very low and high data transfer speed. and then very simple. And then Hamid, he developed RFID and combine with wireless entry database record for time attendance. So all the activity related to data entry will be continuously recorded and stored for statistical purpose. So this is our research method. At the beginning of the search, we make a questionnaire regarding online attendance as the company. So we ask the human resource department about what they really want for this attending online application. And then we carry out the planning phase by asking what menu should be included in the online attendance application that we want to make. And then the functional and non-functional requirement, they told us what they really want for the application. Next, we design the application, the interface, and then the UML, and show to the department, HRD, is it appropriate or not. And then in the coding phase, we create the front end and back end and the back end. And after the application is complete, then we carry out testing the suitability of employee GPS position when they are doing the attendance online. Okay, that's the research method. And then this is the result and discussion. After studying several previous study, we prefer to use GPS because for the use of RFID or microchip tech, it require additional tool that require additional cost, of course. So we want to minimize the cost for the company. Besides that, all employee in that company, they always carry cell phone everywhere. So in the company, it's free for them to use cell phone while working. So we take advantage of the GPS facility that contain in this cell phone to be used as signal transmitter. And then when we discuss with HRD management, uh, this is the application use case request from the human resource department. The actor of this application, there are HRD admin and employee. Because the employee, they can log in and then edit employee editor, okay, the info. So the employee can input the correct data, maybe if they want to change something. And then they can do the attendance, the online attendance, and then they can apply for late permit. This is the late permit. And then apply for permission to leave work. And then apply for work leave permit. And this leave permission limit to 12 days in 1 year. And their home menu, and then sign out. That is the use case from the application. Okay, and then this is the application. First, employee to use the application, they must register first by entering their mobile number into the system. Okay, they need to insert their phone number, and then they will also need to enter a username and password. Okay. Username in this application, we use the employee number, employee ID. So they can enter the application. To use this application, they must connected to the internet and they must activate the GPS on their cell phone. And this is the info menu, employee info. The employee editor, they can update their profile with the latest data, including this one employee name, and then employee number, and then employee cell phone number, and then a date of birth, and then this one email address. Okay, this is the gender, the religion, and home address, and post code. Okay, this menu is really important because the more complete the employee ID, the easier for the HRD to monitoring. Okay, and then this one page, this was the attendance menu. In the timesheet menu, then the employee will see its GPS position, and if it's correct, they can do the absence. When employee want to do the online attendance, they must be within 1 kilometer radius. So the position in the GPS can be more precise. Yeah, we already tested, and one radius in 1 kilometer is the best position for them to do absence. And when they're absent, the application will record the date and the time absence, and the absent attendant position will be stored in the employee application. Okay, so if they have problem, maybe they can use it as a proof that they already absent. And then this is the permit. So when employee applying for a permit, employee need to enter the employee name, employee number, choose a late permit or absent from work, this one, the permit what they really want, or permit date, they need to insert the permit date, the information why they need to do this permit, and then they need to upload the proof in this place, and then submitting this permit will then require from the HRD supervisor to prove it, to accept it or not. And then this one, the user acceptance test, we use almost 30 employee to try the application, and from the test there are 27 that is the location is right in the location, and there are 3 employee which is not in the right position, the GPS location. Okay, and then the user acceptance test is pass, all pass, and the SRD really happy with the application. So this is the conclusion from our research is the use of GPS for attendance is done by using smartphone location data, which is then matched with the user location that will be used as the target location for online absent attendant. Using GPS is easier than using RFID and microchip because all employees carry cell phone while they are working. And the application accuracy test process reached 90%.